He's here.
Yeah, I made it inside. All right. Good morning, my sister. Welcome to this wonderful webinar. We've planned this for a while, and I'm super excited that we're here in the month of November, and we are catering to a very specific demographic today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Her Money, Her Power Webinar Series. This is a monthly financial wellness series that I'm presenting to the world just to help my community learn about ways and opportunities that exist in the financial services space. I've been in this space for about 3 years now, and I tell you, it's been an amazing journey. And I know some of you will be wondering, why is it so amazing? Are you making that much money? Yes, money is being made, a lot of it. However, we're creating massive impact in our community by educating people and business owners every day on the options and opportunities that they have, that America's reality has pushed us to seek out opportunities to help empower ourselves. Our primary mission is to bring prosperity back to every household in America. And of course, our mission to do that allows us to empower individuals like myself and my wonderful guest today, who I will be introducing in a moment, to be empowered to bring that same prosperity and build wealth for our families while creating impact in our society and the communities that we belong to. All right, with me today is an amazing human being. She is actually my coach in this industry. She is an attorney, a lawyer, very well worth her weight in every goal that you can measure her with. She's been practicing law for over 2 decades, based out of Maryland, the tri-state area. And she is definitely an amazing leader in this industry that we have both vested our interest in for, of course, many more years than I have been here. And I'm going to let her tell us a little bit more about herself. But I want to introduce and humbly welcome to this wonderful episode of Building Community Wealth. And of course, this month, financial opportunity in the marketplace, focusing on her money, her power. Understanding that a lot of women definitely need to be more proactive in learning not just about how to manage their money or position themselves, but to be able to be empowered in the community for all that we do as mothers, as sisters, head of households in many cases. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome attorney and my wonderful leader. She is a senior field director with our company, Ajoke Ibraheem. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, and thank you for that introduction. I mean, I'm like, who is she talking about? But good morning, our audience. Afternoon, maybe on the side of this world that you might be, and here in the US, if you're EST, good morning. Good morning, and welcome. Thank you for having me here, Dr. Oyinkansola. Always a pleasure partnering up with you. It's been an amazing work together, and I'm grateful for that. So thank you for having me. Okay, so today we're just going to have a chat, is what I understand. Yes, my name is Ajoke Ibraheem, and yes, my background is that I am an attorney, and my law firm is in Washington, D.C., in the city, and where we humbly and gratefully serve the community in the area of estate planning. We work a bit on immigration. But yes, today we're here to talk about money. We're here to talk about what can we do differently? How much smarter can we be with what we have and what we've been given to steward in terms of not just money, wealth creation and just being in a place of true financial peace. That's what it's about. But thanks for joining us today. And thanks for having me here, Dr. Oyinkansola.
It's an absolute pleasure. I would not have any other person share this stage with me on this particular topic, because I know how very passionate you are about empowering not just our community, but women. And I know that you have a story behind that passion. So we're going to start from your story, right? Talking about where you came from, how you got to where you are today as a mom, raising three amazing, phenomenal human beings who are also becoming women in their own right. And of course, as an entrepreneur, you have built many businesses over the years, and you have been very successful at it. And then today, where we are today, you are successful at the top of the helm, leading a massive team with an amazing company that we're both partnered with, doing what you do in the financial services space. Give us a little bit of a timeline crunch, just the way I set it up for you, ma'am.
Okay, wow, yeah, it's been a journey, hasn't it been, Oyinkan? It's very interesting because, life happens. My younger sister, I come from a family of 6, of course. I know you picked up my accent already, audience. Of course, proudly Nigerian from West Africa. I wear my badge of honor, and that's where I'm from. But to understand me and my drive, I guess I'd have to say a bit, I'm number 4 of 6 children from my mom, and dad. And I was very privileged to have been born into a very affluent family. So I was born into a lot of affluence, went to the best schools and all that. But at age 9.5, dad died. So we lost our dad very early. And my mom was just 40 years old with 6 children. So go figure, right? So for me, I think that my childhood ended in a bit. I mean, I continue to be a child. When I say ended, I began to mature quickly in terms of being responsible and being intentional about life. Because in that just 1 year that we lost a dad, things switched. If you are from Nigeria, you're listening to me, or you're from any part of the world where the law is not that much established, then you would understand, especially that many years ago when I lost my father, right? And so he had a will, a very good will, but it was set aside. Anyway, needless to say, my mom was a still mom. So she lost her income. Dad was the provider. She was a still mom. And so she started to figure out life. And what happened was that the first 4 of us began to figure out life alongside mom, right? Matured quickly, grew up quickly, being privileged to being driven to school, choice cars, chauffeur driven and all that, to standing by the road to each act just to get to school, right? I mean, it was an amazing school. People here, if you're from Nigeria, international school, in Ibadan. That was an amazing, private, expensive school. But mom was resolved to keep us there, and God helped her. Anyway, that was what I think turned a switch within me. And a new me was birthed unknowingly at that time. So eventually, that was very, very wealthy. So some money still came down as inheritance. At that time, I was getting ready to go to university. I went to University of Ife. And I pressed on my mom so hard. I just wanted to get out and do more. I just wanted, so I told her, I want to start business. I want to go to Mecca, to Dubai. I had an aunt who used to go and trade. I said, I want to go with her. Long and short of the story, I won the battle because I could be here. And she set me up to go with my aunt to Mecca, as fate would have it. Last minute, she couldn't go. She changed her mind. And my mom was too scared. And I said, well, what about Dubai? So we processed it, and there started my entrepreneurial journey at age, what was I? 17.5. I started to trade. I would go to Dubai. I would buy jewelry and all that. Kaftans, come back home. That took me to Ghana eventually, where I had my best clients, and then back to Nigeria. And that was how I started as a retailer. It was all a quest to do well, a quest to support and help mom and help myself, right? And so I did that through law school, finished at law school, decided to come do my master's in the United States. I came to the United States. That was 1999. My goodness. Can you imagine that many years ago? Anyway, I came here, but you are who you are. I came here with my dream larger than life. One thing with me is that I always think everything is possible. It's very audacious, right? So I'm like, well, I'm going to come and I'm going to work. And I boldly walked into places to ask for jobs and all that. And I quickly realized I didn't have papers. Welcome to America. Yes, you learn from your country, you're bad, you're cold, and all that. You cannot. It means nothing here. Go back to college again. I'm like, what? I was trying to circumvent the system. Like, what's going on here? I went to New York, tried to do the bar exam. Anyway, all of that, obviously, I couldn't do any of this. So I had to learn quickly, okay, what do I need to do? So long story short, went back to law school. God always faithful. God helped me, gave me the grace. In between that, I'm restless. So I was looking around, what can I do? What can I do? I wanted to understand the law so badly. I wanted to understand why I come here, foreign attorneys cannot work. I wanted to understand so many things. So then I said I would do my master's in the laws of the United States. Simultaneously, I'm like, I have to be productive. I have to do something to have money. So, I went to real estate and I went into the franchise business. So the first location opened December 8, 1999 for Subway restaurant franchise chain. For those who may not be here, it's a restaurant. It's a sandwich chain, a very good one at that. It's still one of the top franchise chains in America till today. Anyway, so I stayed with the chain from 1999 to 2019. And of course, several locations after. And so that was, of course, I stopped going back and forth to trade in Dubai. I didn't have papers. I was trying to process my adjustment. So I had to pivot quickly. So I went from retailing to getting into running a small business, a Subway restaurant, right? And so while I was doing all that, I got married. My 3 daughters came. I did my master's, passed the bar exam, opened up the law firm, and kept going. So simultaneously running the businesses, running the law firm, the law firm in 2019 was when I'm, okay, this is a lot. So I let the restaurants go and just focus just on the law firms. And I'm here today. So I guess if you calculate, today I'm 52 years old, right? And started business at 17 and a half. So I know that God has graced me and helped me so much in that space to learn entrepreneurship firsthand. All of the length and the strength. I mean, nobody exhausts wisdom and knowledge. But I think I've had my fair share, ups and downs and ups and downs. And that's what's brought me to this moment. Along the journey, of course, addition to my life, my 3 wonderful children you mentioned, and you talked about them. And yes, at a point in life, I became a single mom. So looking back, time flies. That's now like 9 years, going on 10 years. But to the glory of God, these young adults, I'm very proud of them, 3 of them. One is, she graduated and is on her way to med school, 23 years old. That's the first one. The middle one is 21. Going on 22, about to graduate in May from Fordham University. And the last is 19, third year Columbia University, pre-med as well. To the glory of God. All of this is just because of God's mercy, because of his provisions, his guidance. Truly, it's been an amazing journey that could have never been walked alone. It's all because of him. So thank you. So that's my background. And so getting to this point now, when I met with the financial opportunity, I met with this actually about 9 years ago. A young man would come to my law office, try to pull me into this. He said he saw something and he saw what what the Lord was doing with me in the community. And he wanted me to come here so I could crusade. But at the time, I just couldn't see. I didn't even have time to give him audience and listen fully. And I was very judgmental. I think, sometimes you think you know it all. At that time, the version of me was know it all. A lot of, I would say, I've never been an arrogant person in my opinion, but professional arrogance, I think what it was, right? And sometimes being ignorant in the way we judge things, come on, we're Nigerians. And when this guy came to my office talking about, can you come and help me market, using the word market, financial services and educate people, I'm like, in my head, really? Really? Because of that very limited mindset I had back then, that didn't have any much appreciation or understanding, by the way, of what it means to market. Hey, well, always marketing, right? So I kind of, that cost years. It took him about 3, almost 4 years to break through. And because of time, I can't go into the details of eventually how, but the Lord allowed me to see what wasn't what it wasn't. It took the death of a young person for me to actually pick up the, actually he called me and I'm like, you keep bothering me about this thing. I'm just coming from a funeral. Don't understand. He said, well, maybe you could have helped them. What happened? He said, oh, you probably could have helped them. Like, what are you talking about? Then I listened and I saw this on the service side. And even the entrepreneur aspect of it still eluded me because you know when you're so analytical, I saw the model and I'm like, no way, no way. What are they doing? And you know, the organization has a lot of Asians. And I'm like, you know, it sounded too good to be true. And with my loyalty head and my analytical self, I'm like, let me go there and see what they're doing. Let me sue them. I was just seeing millions, class losses, action. What are they doing? They're tricking people. Because when I saw the opportunity, it seemed too good to be, it didn't make sense. Remember, my entrepreneurial journey has been filled with a lot of blood and sweat, equity, grit, working so hard to get anything. So when that opportunity was presented, which is amazing, amazing. But to me, it's like, if it's so true, why isn't everybody here? If it's so easy, why isn't the whole world doing this? How come I'm just hearing about it? It sounds like fraud. It sounds like a scheme, blah, blah, blah. So I came in full force to find out what I could do, so to find what they're doing, and I could bust this industry. But do I need to say that that was just
it's amazing.
manifestation of my ignorance at that time? Yeah, but that's a nutshell.
That's wonderful. I mean, your story definitely resonates with different groups of people. Starting from your mom to your experience, your mom becoming a widow at such a young age, you know, putting her in the single mom category. So whether you become a single mom by becoming a widow or divorced or whatever the situation is, a lot of women in the world, a higher percentage, are finding themselves in this situation. Unfortunately, even in America where we live, the reality of America is so dire right now. And it's important for me to be able to encourage women and empower them to see the possibility that exists outside of the norms of what they're used to. And you know, the fact that they're not helpless and they can do so much more for themselves. And sometimes women, right, take it for granted that they're married, they're in a very cushioned situation with a spouse, and they just leave every decision and every autonomy decision making when it comes to the finances to the husband. It's important for people to know that you never know what's going to happen. And that's why I wanted you to share your story so they can see two sides of the coin. So whether you're in a safe situation right now, America's reality is such that anything can happen. Unfortunately, we've experienced that building wealth in 2024 is 100 times harder than it was many years ago. But then there are systems that are being created that allows us to help people find a better way. It's like a dream to most people what we do. And that's why for you, even when someone approached you with it, was like, this is too good to be true, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because what we do in our company is we sell a dream that allows people to be empowered and to help other people be empowered as well. And let me say this. So now the next question I'm going to have for you is this. You know, coming into the financial services industry and going through your journey in over 3 decades of entrepreneurship, which of those seasons have you found not only, I don't want to say easy because nothing comes easy, but which of them have you found to be most flexible for you to maneuver, to get into, to grow, and to also help so many more people in your franchise business, in your advocacy as an attorney, and now as a financial services educator? Which of those industries have given you not just the return on investment, which let's calculate money put in and money coming out, but even time investment, equity, sweat equity, which of them have given you a better return for your investment? And which of them have created more impact in the lives of the people that you serve? Is it serving them sandwiches or helping them with their legal matters, or here in the financial services space?
My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. First of all, everywhere we find ourselves to serve, it's a privilege and it's a blessing, blessing many people. And before I answer that question directly, I want to just talk about something that caught my heart as you were talking, and is addressing women out there. We are so powerful. My gosh. Woman, whoever you are out there, you're a powerhouse. The way God made us, I mean, we're amazing. We're all great. Men are awesome. Women are awesome. But I need for you, a woman, to know that you are all that. Yeah, you're all that on a bag of chips. That's what I say. God has invested so much in us. So if anybody feels incomplete or incapable because you're not yet married, or because you were married, or because for whatever reason, just as a person, listen, when God made your mold, my mold, he made it so perfectly and he saw that it was good. And he's given us so much on the inside of us that is waiting to just be manifested, right? And it's a blessing to be a woman. And it's a blessing to be you, because you're enough. So I really don't care. It doesn't matter what the situation is. If it was like me when I was so young and lost daddy, and it was just like, okay, you've got to get up and do, focus on education, do what you need to do. And the little girl who was so scared of dad was not there, but somehow on the inside, the strength came, the grace of God to know that, just focus. Just do your grind and work, and tomorrow is going to be better for you. Or is a woman who the fear comes because just lost a husband and is alone. And or maybe not just in that way of being a widow, maybe a marriage that didn't work out. Nothing, no other human being defines who we are ourselves. It's such a fallacy to think that, because you said something that, oh, if you have the cushioning of the marriage and you're still relaxed and you think that you can leave all the power to the man and be a burden in short, and you don't, things may change and you may find yourself in a hard place in between. I'm not going to dive into that whole dynamics. My only message is simple. Woman, you're enough. You're capable. You are so blessed and so loved. That's why God he partnered with us to bring forth his most precious possession, human beings. We bear them, we carry them, we can do a lot. So just find your resilience. Get close to God and let him be the driver of your destiny and show you what you're made of. So I just needed to say that our power can never be taken away by anybody. No. We're so powerful. There's so much we can do. And we're not less than, and there's a lot we can do. I'm going to stop there. You almost got me started, but let me answer your question.
It's okay. It's her money, her power today. So let's get these women powerful. Let's empower them. That's what we're here to do. Please go on.
We're not for decoration. Well, God spent us, we thank God. He spent time on every single one of us. So yes, we're pleasing to behold. But that's not all we're good for. That is not all we're good for. We're a powerhouse. We can, but let's leave that for now. So to your question, what field have I found that God has been able to flow through me to impact the most and empower the most, and also free up my time to enjoy this life that is given us, and also to be able to have a limitless reach to money. I don't like to say wealth. Wealth consists of many things. Money is just one part of wealth, right? So we're talking, I guess, money right now. And I would say is this financial space. And let me explain. When I did retail as a young child, just working, buying and selling, of course, it required 100% of time and it gave me active income. As long as I could sell, I could earn. When I ran out of goods to sell, no more earning. I needed to know how to manage the money. I needed, how to do what I needed to do well to save up and, figure out, I remember back then I bought some stocks at AfriBank in Nigeria, bought land, and you try to do what you can do to tie money down and grow money. Like my mother would say, tie your money down, grow your money. So in that ways, I guess, I provided happiness to people who wanted the jewelry and the kaftans, and I could serve them in that way. That service, and it's not little, it's important service as well. And it brought return. So thank God for that. Moving into the franchise business, oh, don't play with food or income. People want, we have to eat, it's life, And so thank God we fed, Lord knows how many thousands of people that ate. And we impacted all people who came to partner, all the employees, we worked together as partners and helping to serve the community. So it impacted. There were a lot of high school kids who got employment through the Subway restaurant, and I can never underestimate that. Grateful for that. It gave them extra income to help them. They reminded me of myself, and I could partner up with them with a lot of empathy and compassion, and a lot of college kids who worked as well. So, and so many other women, so many other people that came into my life through that, and they're still in my life through today. All my managers are still in my life. Amazing ladies, immigrants, Americans, it doesn't matter. So that was impact as well. It was also great impact when it comes to touching lives, right? And it was a door for ministry to cancel and all that. On the money side, ooh, can you see my hands?
I can see.
The early days, my darling. Sometimes when the people call out, or me from Nigeria, like, what's taking them so long doing dishes? I won't wear gloves. I like, okay, I'll do that. They go, no gloves, the chemicals, nobody told this girl. And also all that was going on. And all that to make the money. But let me tell you, making the money wasn't easy. All those locations, 3 failed. 3 failed. And the last one that failed was the biggest blow. It took the grace of God that we didn't file bankruptcy. That store lost about a little over $1 million. Yes, yes. Location is everything. And we learned the hard way, right? Can't go into all the lessons learned, right? But on the money part of it, it's all active income. And it was very hard. It was good. I cannot say, God was faithful. It was very good. But now, going to the law firm, another amazing opportunity. Law firm is still there. We're still gratefully serving the community. And of course, there's so much money to be made. And of course, there's a lot of impact to be made and education and all that. But it's all active income as well. So retail was all active income. Sub-restaurant was all active income. Law firm, all active income. Meaning you serve, you get the money. You serve, you get the money. You shut your store down, you don't make money. You don't open on time, you make less money, right? But you impact people. Impact was going on, and good impact as well. The same with the law firm as well. Impacting, amazing, very important what we do. And we make the money when we work. Now, let me tell you, this opportunity that allowed me to meet you, amazing you, I didn't see it like I said. I looked down, I took my time, but thank God, because God is so patient. He's so loving, so intentional. When he needs you to do something, it gets you and it works with you and doesn't, God is so good. Anyway, when I eventually came in and saw it, oh my goodness. So this is the only business I've been involved with that actually gives me pure passive income alongside active income. And this is the only company that I'm actually aware of that actually allows my passive income to go into my next generation. So at my demise, all my hard work still keeps going. That's number one. Number two, this is the only business that I've been involved with, right? And God has kept me in the same space. Everything I've done, it revolves around advocacy and counseling, working with people. That's all I've really done in different ways, but it's the same thing. I've just been in one space all my life, right? And so now working in this way, number one, I can duplicate myself. Like we met, you heard me over a presentation and you found me, we connected and we're working. and you're doing your amazing things where you're doing. Daddy's showing you how to do it. It didn't cost you a arm and a leg. You know, the cheapest franchise location that I opened, I think that was about $250,000. Yes, even as a kid trading and working, I remember what I got back then was $10,000. But that was way back then. You know, I went to Dubai when nobody knew Dubai was on the map. I started to trade there, traded for many, many, many years. Nobody knew it was on the map. I'm talking about in the 80s, right? So it's a lot of money before you can start. People wanted to do it, but didn't have money. As a Subway restaurant franchise business owner, God did allow other people to open locations through us, right? To show them the rope and walk them through, but it was a lot of money. The franchise fee alone was $10,000 just to get a number. Mind you, you have to build it out, you have to equip it, you have to run your own risk yourself, you swim, you fly, it's all on you. But in this space, less than $1,000, anyone who is compassionate, wants more, hardworking, and coachable can come on and truly, time freedom, financial freedom is like in the groups, within the groups. It's insane. So replicating that in the law firm, you know, as much as I love my paralegal, wants to open a law firm, she'll have to go to law school. She'll have to pass it, pay all that money and all of that. It's not easy to duplicate myself in that manner. It's not easy to sew it forward completely in that manner, right? It wasn't that easy as a franchise business owner as well. So much is required. But in this space, anybody can do this. So that's in terms of the impact, it's way bigger in terms of lifting other people up, showing them how to do it, and they can even do it better than you. There's nothing like this opportunity in terms of that. In terms of having passive income, that I don't have to be involved directly for me to actually see money coming in my account, it's a lot bigger, of course, as well, in terms of that. So when you look at it all ways around, it's ironical. But the one opportunity that I didn't seek myself actively, that I didn't see, that I shunned, has become my favorite. Honestly, every day I'm grateful, I'm thankful. I can work from anywhere. Anyone who wants to do what I'm doing is able to do it, and I can show them how to do it, and they can even do it better than me. And as I earn my active income, especially at this age, you're looking at retirement, oh my goodness, the company just gives inundating amounts of that passive ways to have passive income coming in. And my only question to God is, why didn't you just show me this when I came to America?
That's amazing. I love that. We're going to dive deep into the ways that people can earn, especially women, right? But based on everything that you've highlighted, I hear you say this, and I'm going to kind of try to put it in my own words. This opportunity that you found yourself in outside of being a trader, retail person, owning several franchises with the restaurant business, and now as an attorney, now as a financial services leader, you're telling me that it's a no-risk opportunity, risk-free opportunity that is extremely flexible. I mean, imagine right now you might be in the courts, maybe answering a case or something, but you're here with me because your schedule is pretty flexible for you. And you don't have to worry about risking your job because you're running an actual business within a business. And the experience was gathered from 0 to 100 just by watching someone else do it, just like I have learned it as well. And basically, you know, even talking about it, you have a limited territory whereby you're not limited to the tri-state area where you can practice your law firm. You now can do this all over the United States and you are earning big. That for me is amazing, right? I love that opportunity. I love it so much. But here's one thing that we want to segue into real quickly. You know, we're talking about this opportunity as it's amazing and the reality of America today. You've talked about it. It's really hard for you to have a marketable idea that is going to be profitable. And if it's going to be profitable, you know what they say, to win big or to play, you have to, you know, pay to play in any industry. And of course, the bigger you want to earn, the more you have to put some skin in the game. but not with this opportunity. Now, why do you think that this opportunity is as amazing as it is? And I want us to jump into talking about how do we get to serve people in this space? What are some of the things that we do? Because I know people are wondering, they're talking about financial opportunity. They're talking about the fact that it's more impactful. We're going to share some stories of impact that we have experienced in this space. But first of all, let's talk about the heart of the matter. How do we really serve people? Because when people hear about people, this kind of opportunity, what we do, first thing they're like, oh, you're selling insurance. And, being in this space, you and I both know we don't sell insurance. We don't even sell anything, right? So it's important for people to understand that this is not, you're not coming in here to sell a product, or you're not coming in here to sell someone something. How do we really help our people? What is it that we do? Because we know that our clients, our consumers, they are at the heart of what we do. And that is why our leaders in our company are so invested in ensuring that not only do we have the tools that are necessary for us to do this business, given to us absolutely free, but we also have the education, the training, which is so great. Like, it's so simple that anyone can do it. And we also have people coming from all walks of life. You as an attorney and entrepreneur, I as a PhD entrepreneur just doing my thing with different ventures coming from the medical aesthetics space. We have people who come in from even medical doctors, nurses. We have one of our partners who is Asian, an IT manager who, spoke with us last night, doing what she's been doing. So how do we all come together from all walks of life, find meaning in this business, invest ourselves with so little that we all put in? What do we really do for our people? Let's dive into that. How do we help people so they understand that this is not you coming in here to sell insurance? Because I really, sometimes when I hear them, I'm like, no, that's not what we do. That's not who we are.
Thank you so much. So, I mean, it's a mindset thing, Oyinkan. I mean, come on. What you don't know, you don't know. I just talked about how little I knew when this opportunity was presented to me, and how I was very ignorant, very blissfully ignorant. I didn't realize it at the time. But basically, when you see an opportunity where you yourself know that you've missed out, and if you had somebody who could have educated you, you wouldn't have missed out. I just talked about my 3 daughters, right? What does this opportunity do for the clients, the consumers? And we're going to use life stories to explain what it does. Because as an estate planner, many things I realize we lose. When people come and write their wills, my dear, 80% shouldn't be writing a will, because the house is still a liability. It belongs to the bank. They should please not die yet, right? The business is underwater. All sorts of, I mean, we can go on and on. They're just not qualified yet, which is why the quest was not like, but what can we do better? It's great to help people write up a will, but it would be nicer to know that the will will hold and stand firm and will truly bring peace to the family. Not the one that they're like, oh my gosh, she left me with all this headache. She left me all this headache. They left me with all this headache, right? To figure out. So positioning people to know what to do, how to work with money smarter at the right time, such that they can grow true wealth, they can protect their liabilities, they can have income replacement when it's needed, they can position their children such that when it's time for college education, the money would not be the problem or the reason to say you can't go to college, child. You should go work for some years. There's nothing wrong with that. But some people just give up once they start working. It's just too much, and they just never go back to pursue that first love, that first dream, and they live in regret later years down the line. I can't see many people I meet, and they just live in regret, right? Not only that, but also to be able to finally retire, and retire with grace, with honor, not that you retire and you can barely leave because you have no money to spend. So what do the people get? What do the consumers get from these services? Number one, income replacement strategy. Working with an amazing 33-year-old woman, a client of mine who has just become a partner, diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer on Easter Monday of this year, right? Luckily, she had met earlier. She was educated, she saw the need, and she got for herself what we call the Living Life Benefits Protection. So when life happened, of course, she couldn't go to work and keep working. Meanwhile, our reality is that she just had a house built for her about a year and a half ago. She has 2 children. One was just stepping out of high school to go to college. The other one was going to second year in college. And she had just newly gotten married. And she has life bills going on. And this happened to her. Obviously, she couldn't work and all the diagnostics, but thank God she had a living life for replacement of income. So when she informed me what was happening, we were able to position her such that the $1 million policy that she had, she chose to accelerate it all. She got paid the discounted amount that was due her. You know what she did? She paid off her mortgage. She replaced her income and she focused on wellness. And the story ended well. Just about 1 month ago, she was declared cancer-free. Praise the Lord. She went through chemo, and when she went back for them to map her, the surgery and set it up, they were confused. They kept her for 4 hours to tell her, you know what, if we were not the ones that gave you the diagnosis, they would have said that you were misdiagnosed. No need for any surgery, you're cancer-free. So what happened right there, my dear? If she didn't work smart, if she did not proactively have this tool and have something she didn't have an income replacement strategy and a liability protection, she might have lost her house. If you can't pay mortgage for 5 months or 6 months, if you calculate Easter Monday to how many months are those? You probably have lost that house. You're probably getting into foreclosure and the stress that would have come with it in the home. What about the kids going to school, to college? Our job didn't pay her, So if you're not working and your job is not going to pay you for your downtime, how are you going to pay your bills, your life, buy gas, fix your car, pay your insurance, put food on the table, take care of your children, pay their school fees? How are you going to do that? And your home, if you have home insurance, do you have a flood? Or is there a fire? Because home insurance is not going to answer to I'm sick.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Yeah, so that's one life example. You said, what do we do? That's what we do. We position our clients such that they have genuine financial peace of mind. God forbid that, hopefully nobody gets into, but if life happens like that, they don't have to lose all they've ever worked for. They don't have to go deplete all their savings, all the investments and all that just to get by. The living life benefits will take care of them because this insurance you don't have to die to use. Also, my client, who is like a dentist, and she decided she wanted to stop just paying rent. So she sought after a nice building and she wanted to purchase it. Guess what? Because our tool has an opportunity, if you choose to grow wealth. I share that with her because actually this is an opportunity for you to grow your money without running a risk of loss in the marketplace. And you being able to make all the gains that is in the marketplace. So she plugged into the index market in America through insurance. Why is that important? Many people do not know this fact. The tax code, IRX tax code 7702 protects life insurance. So when you're planning your estate, you should know that, but many people do not know that. That code protects life insurance. It makes life insurance so special. Why? All money built within life insurance is not taxable as long as you follow the rules. It's not taxable, it's tax-free. So when smart people are able to engage the index market through the umbrella of insurance, capital gains are tax-free, right? So she was able to save up money that way and took money out because your cash value, you can take money out. This is how we serve. Another way we serve.
Yes.
Allowing you to create your own bank, your own money. So when you need it, you can go borrow against your own money or withdraw your own money. Exactly what she did and used the money for down payment. And today she owns her own building for her office. How do we serve our clients? Our client who had run-ins with the IRS, everything they had was visible to them. and everything was garnished while they were going through, and it's still in court right now. But guess what? The cash value in his insurance, nobody could touch it. He was able to get that money and he had help. Many people do not know that. How do we help our clients? Our clients are ready for retirement, are able to convert insurance into lifetime income guarantee tax-free. Why tax-free? It's insurance. Not only that, this client's $1 million policy, the $1 million death benefit comes to pay them at retirement, tax-free, in addition to the money they saved intentionally for that. How do we help our clients again? Our clients have the $1 million baby policies. There's 529 education funds out there. There's Gaba Kids education funds. They're all great tools. But this is like even smarter. Why is it smarter? First of all, when you feel FAFSA, guys, you don't disclose that. You're not lying. IRS and the form does not ask you, do you have insurance? They ask you, do you have savings? How much do you have? Do you have investments for 1K IRAs and all that? You disclose. 529, you disclose. What are they doing? Trying to determine if your child, qualifies for the government's help. And if you're doing all those things, they're good, but you state them, and it doesn't mean necessarily that you're richer than the next person that they're going to give financial aid. It means that they work smarter, because if where you're saving for college is within those two, it's invincible. And so your child, when it's time for college, you can just draw out on that money, whether by withdrawing or loan, and they go to college. But guess what? The tool is still there, giving them all the added benefits. I think maybe that's enough. Okay?
Yes,
we do.
That's enough. And that's even just not, it doesn't even raise the surface of what we do, because there's still so much more that we do. However, guys, if you're watching this broadcast today and you're wondering, how can I plug in? How can I get to work with these ladies? How can I learn about this opportunity? There is a link below this video that you are going to get access to book a free consultation. We don't charge like your financial advisors. We will meet with you free of charge to show you step by step, educate you properly, in depth, and do a very, very detailed analysis, needs assessment, to ensure that if we are going to recommend tools to you, these are tools that will serve you based on your personal life goals. And that's what we do. So let's quickly surge way to the business of the business. When we're encouraging women to be independent, to think of multiple streams of income, to think of something that they can build up over time that will serve them in the future. When you met me, of course, you met me doing so many things. I'm still doing that. However, over time, just looking at the progression of this industry and the positioning and the impact and the return, and just looking at how lives are being changed every day, it's really becoming more whereby my energy and my efforts are streamlined towards this particular opportunity, and other ones are getting less and less and less, right? So when someone thinks about, I want to get into this space, right? What is it going to take for me to get into this space? What do I have to look forward to being in this financial opportunity, right? How would you encourage them, or what are some of the things that would make it clear for them to know that, okay, getting into this space is well worth it? Because like we discussed earlier, we have multiple streams of income, and we don't just say that to butter anybody up, because we don't need to. But let's break down some of those streams of income, how people can earn, to understand that you're not just earning today to have today, you're also positioning yourself to earn today, earn repeatedly over time, and then build something that will outlive you. Which business, even the business that you start on your own, a lot of businesses don't generally outlive the owners or the founders. But how do you build a business within the space? Doing it so easily. And let's draw a parallel to some of our financial services, I guess contemporaries that are in maybe the real estate market, that are maybe in the tax market. How do we differ to them as far as how we earn in this space?
Thank you. So to clarify, I think the question is, first of all, how easy it is to get into this space, and then how you work it. So I hear you. So, nothing is easy. let me just put it out there. We are not, and I am certainly not representing that this business is business that is like, oh, magic wand. No, 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 no. Don't even try to consider it if you will not be willing to put into it what it takes. Don't. I just said that, it's simple. It's very simple to do.
Simplicity is different from easy. Yeah. Right? Simplicity, two different things. Exactly.
Exactly. And even that easiness, now, for me, for a girl like this who's been sweating and grinding, this for me is, I consider easy because there's no physical labor and it's just education. What we do is simply educating people. I love this because for me, it's a crusade. It's more of a ministry. It's more of showing people what if I had known. If somebody showed me this years ago, it would have been easier for college. Many, many things would have been easier, right? But it's okay. Now that I know what I know, the quest is to tell everybody, don't let me see you carrying an infant because I will tell you what you could do with it for that baby, right? And all of that. So what makes this easier and a more appealing opportunity there is, even if we're doing what we're doing right now, and a lot of people have employment 9 to 5, but you're wanting more, you don't have to change what you're doing at all. I didn't have to shut down my law firm. I can plug into this business because this business is, your tool is your heart and your mouth. That's the tool. Do you care for people? Do you care enough to educate people about what works? After you learn about it and you see that you believe it, then help other people and spread the crusade, spread the good news and give people a better chance in life to work smarter, to be more productive, right? So you do not need anything but a heart to serve and a willingness to share the opportunity with people. In fact, you may just want to leverage and refer. You can partner up just by referring. Once you see what it is, if you have a belief in it and what we've been saying, if it makes sense, all of those things, and you want to know how, and you're thinking, but I'm so busy, but I like what they're saying. How can I be a part of it? You can be a referral, agent, and you can come in and be an educator to educate people. People need help. We need to crusade and help ourselves, right? And you could also be a business builder who cares enough to bring people in and show them how to do this and build them up to be able to do it, or even better than you who can do it, right? And so this opportunity lends itself to any and everybody. Moms that are home taking care of their children, the flexibility is off the chain. You have access into 50 states to do business from anywhere you choose to do business from, and from any device, really, pretty much. I mean, what else can give you that opportunity? And it's an opportunity that is finance will never go old. When economy sucks, finance is relevant. When economy is booming, finance is relevant. Yeah? And you're going to be servicing people from 14 days old children to 85-year-old adults. Do you know how many people are being born every day? It can never be saturated. Never be. So with whatever you're doing right now, and you're thinking about an entrepreneurial opportunity that you want to test out, if it's yours, you may want to consider this space because it doesn't take money out of your pocket that's going to blow you out of the sock, right? And then you can test it out, still doing what you're doing right now. And then you come in to see what you can do with this. So I think it really gives time freedom. Unlike in the law firm, I cannot come to Texas, Dr. Oyinkansola, and want to come and give me and legal services, except it's
I've even asked you for legal advice, and you're like, I can advise you because you live in Texas.
I cannot do, I have to come get a license, and I'm sorry, I don't want to come study and go write any bar exam. But with this, all states, so you don't have to fight for territory like I had to do, with the Subway restaurant. Anybody wants to open any location 4 miles from me, 3 miles from me, I can't sleep at night. I'm appealing. Please don't do that. You're going to take for my market share. Please don't do that. I'm struggling. As a real estate agent back then, I was so irritated, like, yeah, you're in Maryland, but I can't sell as in Georgia or Texas. I have to go get the license over there. In a lot of professions, You have to be licensed in those states, not in here. You know, so it makes it very flexible in that manner.
Yes.
When you're asking how flexible, in that manner, it makes it flexible. Time-wise, it makes it flexible. Even as an entrepreneur in the franchise chain, if my door says I open 10 to 10, I have to be open 10 to 10. If I don't, and the field rep catches that I didn't, and they catch me 3 times, I go into arbitration. That is the beginning of them taking the franchise away from you. So you're not really a true owner like that. You know, or like in this space, you do whatever it is with your time. But of course, if you want to do business, you've got to be disciplined. You've got to put the time that it requires into it. And you've got to leverage. But we can't exhaust all of that right now. I think it suffices to let the listeners know that there's also an opportunity to leverage others in here. Meaning, if you love what we're doing for people, you want to help the community, and you also want to make extra income, but you don't have time, that's perfect. You don't have time, but you have a Rolodex. You have a phone book, contact list, people you want to help. You can just, you know, leverage your contact. You can leverage the people that are training and doing it and have time, and you work together on a 50-50. You just be a referral person to help the community. I hope that answers that question.
That answers it so well. That answers it so well. You know, we cannot exhaust everything that we want to talk about this space today, but the goal has been accomplished to elevate, empower our women, and to really just come in here to encourage women to know that being empowered financially really covers a lot of territory beyond just being who we are or having money in your pocket. So, as we round up today, Miss Ajoke Omojesu, what would you say your biggest moments in this financial services space? What has that been like for you? What are some of your top highlights that you can share with us without giving too much away? I mean, I do know a lot of it, but what are some of your biggest highlights and rewards that you have gotten from being in this financial services space in the past couple of years?
Oh, wow. And you know me, if I open my mouth, I have to speak my truth, my gospel.
Yes.
My number one reward is who I have become and still becoming, you know. I'm so grateful, so gracefully broken, so humbled by the reality of life. Now I know that there's so much more, you know. Yeah, thank God for the law firm, thank God for everything there, but my life is so much richer. I've met amazing people like yourself and all my other partners and the clients, and through their eyes and working with them and going through life, perception has shifted. So I'm becoming a more grateful, I have become and still becoming, grateful person, patient person, appreciative of everything that life gives. And without this opportunity, I don't believe that I would be here today, exposing me to this different kind of, you know, the atmosphere with the people and everything, and humbling me to see that there's more. Yeah, you're making this money at the law firm, whatever, but there's a lot more to life also.
Yes.
And even the money, there are so many other levels as well. So I'm grateful for that. It's an highlight every day I look at myself. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm so grateful. I am so grateful to be used to reach other people, to be there when they have these diagnostics and give them these checks and see how they're grateful and happy and see what the Lord just did in their lives, bring them peace. I'm so happy when I'm invited to come cut the ribbon for new business place, and I know how I was a part of that. I'm just so grateful for that. So it's who I have become. And I'm excited to meet the next version of myself because it's ongoing. That's the number one. Number two, the true freedom and the peace of mind. I walk as I want, you know, and sometimes I ask, okay, what did I do to deserve this income I just got? And when I eat the bonus pool, like, okay, I just got money. As a lawyer, I'm like, I'm getting interest. I'm sharing income without sharing the risk. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is cool. This is cool. So that's, for me, it's like, oh, wow. I don't have to figure it all out to build my business and my empire within an established institution. I don't have to be the one to design compensation plan for my employees. I don't have to carry all the risk and the burden of the business. I don't have to do all of those things. It's an highlight for me. It's still like a dream come true. And I don't have to hustle so much sometimes I feel like I need to do more run so I feel I'm working. Because I don't work a day in my life. It's a blessing. You can tell, if you can't tell already, I can talk a lot. Yeah. So for me, even if you don't pay me, I think I will still cancel. I'll still advocate. And on the income side, or income, I talked about being in the Subway restaurant and running my law firm. It was wake-up call in 2020 during the pandemic. When within, I think, the first 7 months, because the courthouses were shut down, that was when God really brought me, you know, that was my full circle moment in this opportunity that I began to have true gratitude. And I saw over 6 figures. And I'm like, how and for what? So I didn't see that in the restaurant business or in my law firm in just a year of opening. I didn't do that. That didn't happen in my year 1. That didn't happen in my year 2. Okay. I had to break even in the restaurants, pay off all of the debts and everything before I could call a penny my money. That didn't happen for those businesses until year 3, 3.5 in that space. In the law firm, nobody knew me. I did a lot of pro bono, a lot of advertisements and all that. So that didn't happen for me net in 6 figures until I think it was year 3. So that was an highlight for me, like, oh my goodness. And of course, my first trip. Then let's talk about that. The rewards are a lot. Yeah, so truly limitless and very, very impactful in many ways. Hope that answered that question.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, it's an hour already, guys, and I'm really excited. Of course, you know that this conversation is inexhaustible, and it's going to be, you know, we're going to be bringing it back over and over to talk about what are we able to do in a changing market. Everybody knows that the landscape of the marketplace has drastically changed over the years, and it continues to evolve. However, the consistency in the financial services space is outstanding. The reality is, when you want to put yourself in a place where you can plan to win and win consistently, I believe that this is one place that you can actually plan to do that. I know there's several opportunities out there for you to consider, but when you think about the evergreen nature of the financial services space, everybody has to, you know, be involved either on the business side or on the client side. We all deal with money, but it's important to know how we deal with money, which determines our outcome, and that's what we do. We educate you on those things. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us today on Her Money, Her Power. I hope this power hour has been very impactful. It has blessed you. It has offered you a lot of insight, not just into my guest's life, but definitely into the possibilities that exist in the marketplace within the financial services space. If you would like to learn how to join us on this journey, become a part of the Crusader movement, helping so many people be empowered and bringing prosperity back into their households, which is our primary mission, there is a link below for you to book a discovery call, which is absolutely free. And we cannot wait to sit down and talk with you and share with you everything that we know about this space. Thank you, Miss AJ, for your time. Thank you so much for being an amazing guest. I truly, truly love and appreciate you. Until next time, guys, I will bring you another episode of The Financial Opportunity in a Changing Market. My name is Dr. Oyinkansola Jinadu. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for having me. Bye.